Welcome back to Hello Nigeria. Thank you for staying with us. Now, as promised, we have a very special guest in the studio with us today. And who better to bring on Democracy Day than Falz the bad guy, especially after a release that has sparked everyone everywhere. Welcome to Hello Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Whenever you speak like this, I find it really cute. But I'm sure that at some point, I'm not the only one who has found it weird when you speak English.
A lot of people doubted me on your side. I don't know. It really helped me. A lot of people doubted my capability and my literacy. But then I'm somebody that is so learned.
They need to know, please. You need to tell them. This is a lawyer.
Of course, I'm a foreign trained individual. Understand that United Kingdom to be precise. So I'm not somebody that you can just look at and just tell, okay, this man he didn't have education.
And you went to law school.
Of course, now.
If you go to law school and you come out, even if you come out with a pass, please, you need to double it for whoever that person is.
Because that exam. Oh. That examination.
Oh dear.
I can't relate. I didn't study law, so
it is a wow.
Okay, now let's get into our discussion for today. You released a music video and a song that went viral everywhere, and it sparked a lot of controversies in the media. So I want us to take the controversies before we take the successes of the song itself. Now, initially, a lot of people were of the impression that, oh, this is just a parody. Well, yeah, it is, you know. And people were coming out to give negative remarks towards the song. Now, we then had international celebrities overtaking and basically putting a good light on the song. How did all of this make you feel?
Great. And initially surprised because making the song, I didn't foresee that sort of a viral, response to it. So it was initially surprising, but then, I thought it was amazing because then I feel like now the purpose for the release is, sort of being achieved. And, it's sort of to awaken everyone. And people are waking up, I think.
Music is definitely one tool we use for social change. And oftentimes, back in the day, we used to have a lot of this. In the days of Fela, we've had the Sound Sultans of our times, the African Chinas, the Idris Abdul Karim, who actually said things that, a certain president found very, very offending. But now we see a lot more people focusing on the flash and the pageantry, that surrounds life. You deciding to do that music. Let's look at music. How far, since today is our Democracy Day, how well do you think that Nigerian musicians have represented, the fight for democracy, fight for sustaining our democracy?
Not a lot. Not very far. Not very much. I think we are too distracted, like you said, by entertainment in general, by the flashy lifestyle, by, pop bottle, shake booty. I mean, it's good. It's nice. Every now and then, you need to, maybe on a Friday night, go to the clubhouse, enjoy yourself, maybe talk to a few guys, drink something nice and feel all right. Yeah, that's good. But, we need to pause and think and look at our social space, look at our political space and say, come, we have the voice as artists and we need to use that voice for the right purpose. We need to speak the truth. We need to wake people up. Because everybody, and we were just talking about this literally just outside now. The state of Nigeria, the terrible state of Nigeria has become so normalized that people almost don't remember that it's irregular.
Yeah.
So the irregular has become so regularized now that you have to sort of wake people up. That, guy, wake up. Like, things are upside down. And people are dying every day. Like, everybody's
we become desensitized to the insecurity.
No atom of being sensitive in anyone anymore.
Absolutely.
Like, people are, like, these Fulani herdsmen killings, like, they're happening on a regular basis. And people are just sitting there, nobody's there.
No.
Our government...
There are one too many issues when it comes to Nigeria and everything that we're trying to advocate for and against at the moment for better days ahead for people like us. In an interview that you had last year, you actually mentioned this and you stated that at the end of the day, not enough Nigerian celebrities are looking towards the right things. Not enough Nigerian celebrities are speaking up on the right things. How do we start encouraging a generation and inspiring a generation to wake up? How do we start this and make sure it's a ripple effect?
It's by starting, by firing up the conversation. By starting, like I've done, I feel like, somebody actually going out to do it will make people see and be like, oh, actually, true. Actually, this has been happening and we have just been watching, we have just been sitting down and we don't know that this has been happening. So I think this sort of is a step in the right direction. It's like a beginning, it's like kickstarting the engine and hopefully everyone will help push the car forward.
Let's go back a while in time to see something that happened on social media. So there was this argument between Oye Mike and Noble Igwe, and we saw that sparked up a new conversation. A lot of young Nigerians who are in support of internet fraud. Do we find that right now lots of people are afraid to speak up for what is true? That like you've mentioned, what is wrong is the norm. Do we find that that's something that's peculiar to a large number of Nigerians?
Oh yes.
And what is the way forward?
A large number of youth.
Yes, youth.
And lots of people are afraid to speak up for what is right.
Were you afraid when you were doing that video?
No. Lots of people are afraid to speak up for what is right. But what is more surprising is that a lot of people now are so confident to speak up for what is wrong. Like, it's really, really disturbing.
It's actually very scary, and I didn't even think of it until you just said it.
Like, you just mentioned this issue now. And this guy took to social media to call somebody else stupid and foolish for speaking up.
You know what even broke my heart? I went into the comment section and I was reading myself and I was seeing people of influence. We forget the fact that you have a large following on social media and that what you stand for has a ripple effect and affecting the number of younger people looking up to you. Buhari might not be able to directly impact a young person as you might because you already have a large following. So it's just really sad that we're at this place where the wrong things are the norm and people are not speaking up for the right thing.
I was confidently saying, you are stupid. How can you go and say this? Like, bro.
We should stand together for ourselves.
And what did the guy say? He just said that so-and-so businesses are often used as fronts for people perpetrating Yahoo. Autant.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. I actually wrote a 7-page report on your song because I felt like there were so many details in there that we cannot miss out on. One of them that was very important to me was the value for life, and I believe that you depicted that very clearly when you stepped over a dead body and you continued going. Now, there were 3 words in that song that really stuck out, and they really did have an impact on me, and that was everybody be criminal. Because at the end of the day, as it is right now, whether you're innocent, whether you're guilty, everybody be criminal. What advice can we give to young people in terms of staying safe and putting yourself in a position where you are not a criminal, you are not going to be labeled a criminal because you are looking out for yourself?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think what we need to develop and what we need to build, what we need to fire up in ourselves is a selfless spirit. We lack that. Like, everyone is so selfish. And like you mentioned in the video, I tried to depict that. Stepping over a dead body, like, these things are blatantly happening in front of our eyes, where everyone is just turning a blind eye. We're looking the other way. Yeah. No one is doing anything. No one is reacting. It's like in a neighborhood. You're in your house, fire is burning in the neighbor's house. Everyone is screaming, oh, fire, fire. But the fire no reach my house, so make I did my own. That one goes. That one goes. When the fire comes to your house, all your neighbors' houses are burnt. Who's going to be there to help you?
Very true. There's a famous quote that says, do not ask what your government can do for you, but ask what you can do for your government. Now, this is something that Falz the Bad Guy has depicted as he stood up to speak for some of the ills plaguing our society. We'll take a look at the video. When we come back, we'll still be speaking with him some more, and we'll be looking in depth into the video, some of the shade that was thrown, some of the controversy. Don't go away. Falz the Bad Guy is still in the building, and this is still Hello Nigeria.
Over the law of God is against our constitution.
And that is the video of Falz the Bad Guy. This is Nigeria. That has sparked up lots of controversy. It was done after Childish Gambino did his version, This is America. And now we've seen that there's been a worldwide, response to this. Different people are doing this is, different countries, basically. Yeah. Now, there's one of the controversies that sparked, that came up out of that video. There were a couple of girls dancing behind you, and they had the hijab on. Some people criticized you for using that, saying that you're using a holy, something that's supposedly holy or holy to a certain religion, and you're using it for entertainment. I want you to clarify, what did you mean when you had those girls dancing with the hijab behind you?
I thought it was pretty straightforward, and I thought that would be one of the easiest things for people to grasp from the video, but it was so surprising that even some people will still... it's not so surprising anyway. Some people... when there's a truth being told, always look for the negativity in there, because what people try to do is kill the messenger so that they miss the message. It's very stupid. But anyway, they were saying, oh, why would you have the girls in hijab dancing shaku shaku? Like, oh, that is disrespectful to the religion. Like, please. Those girls were obviously blatantly symbolic of the Chibok girls and the government's extremely sluggish attitude and response to when the girls were kidnapped.
And even the Dapchi girls as well. Leah Shabiru is still missing.
Exactly. And, you know, even the fact that entertainment and dancing and everything continuously distracts us from everything that's happening. That's why the girls were dancing. And, you know, it was so bad that the government were so sluggish to respond that even by the time they, in quote, brought back some girls said they are not going anymore. Like, that just shows how much time had passed and, like, how much disregard, you know, was had for the lives of those girls and really is for the lives of Nigerians in general by our government. And it's really, really disturbing.
Now, let's also speak about the way in which you depicted police brutality in the video. Now, we all know the controversies around SARS that have been in the media, especially this year in particular. We've seen a lot of stories, and it's quite scary and quite frightening. I know that one thing I've told myself is I don't want to go anywhere without my ID. And a lot of people have been feeling the exact same way. Why was it important for you to show this in this video? Because this is a very realistic side to Nigeria right now.
Yeah, I think it was very important to point that out because now, more than ever, the harassment is ridiculous. The state anti-robbery squad, or is it special anti-robbery squad or whatever, as they're called, actually special harassment squad. Like now they go out there literally just to harass innocent Nigerians. And every young man that is in a fine car is a Yahoo boy.
I mean, if you're not Falz and you came out looking like this, you'll probably be in trouble.
If the salesperson happens to not know me, I'm in trouble. Because I'm a young lad. I'm Mr. Fine car, and maybe I'm wearing chain. Shine. That's Yahoo. You are doing Yahoo. They will harass you, and there's nothing like explanation. They will just take you to the station. The harassment is really crazy. And I was there the other day with on the road. We were driving somewhere and we were stopped. This was even regular police. And this is why one thing I continue to say is if I was somehow in a position of power, the first thing that I would do, and which is like blatantly a big problem, the first thing I would do is revamp the entire police force. The police is supposed to be there to enforce law and order, you know, where there seems to be chaos or where people are not following the law. The police should be there to enforce. But our police force is non-existent. And I think it's pretty clear. Everyone, you know, knows that. But really nothing is being done. So they stopped us and the guy said, this is a stolen vehicle. This is stolen. I mean,
and then if you can sort yourself, you know, if you have some few
of
things.
course, that's the only way to get out of police.
I think it's really very brilliant when we see people of influence coming out to speak for social change and using their voices and their platforms, such as Falz is doing.
Yeah.
Now, if you look back at that song, have you had a moment where you thought, oh, I should have added this and I should have added that? And if yes, what are the stories or the wrongs that you'd have added to the This Is Nigeria video?
So many things have come to me, even after the release of the video, and I thought, oh, that would be nice to put, that would be nice to include, you know, but I don't want to say it because I'm still working on more stuff, you know, more records like this. And by like this, I mean socially conscious, you know, to stir up political awareness and social awareness. I'm, in fact, working on an entire project, you know, on this because I believe people really need to wake up.
Well, you have shed a light on Nigeria in a way that we probably haven't seen since the days of Falz, if we're being 100% honest. And because of that, you have received several public accolades, one of them being Diddy. How did that feel?
That was mad. Hey.
How did you react?
Pop that day, post me on the Insta. Oh man, it was crazy. It was crazy.
If you had to say something to Puff Daddy, what would you say?
Uncle Dede, thank you so much. Actually, currently, I'm looking to book my flight to come and meet today in America. Please just let me know at least where I can meet you because I just wish to meet you. But if you cannot let me know, just tell me where I can send you my account details. Just credit my account, please.
Okay, that's a special message to Didi. Now, before, of course, we can't let you go without speaking about your father and his influence in your life and in your music. Your father is a lawyer, and you're also a lawyer. First of all, did you decide to study law because of him? And we also heard his voice in the background sound of your music. So what would you say, how much would you say your father has influenced? Oh, and happy belated birthday to our daddy, who turned 60. Your father is our father.
Yes,
Oh, happy belated birthday, sir.
So tell us about, did you study law because of him? And how much influence has he had on your career and your music?
Because of him, yes, but not like I was forced or anything. I was largely influenced by himself and my mom. Actually, they're both lawyers and, you know, partners in the firm. So, you know, growing up, you know, in that sort of background, in that sort of family, it was almost like, you know, this is the path that this guy will follow. Even since I was in primary school, they were already calling me, lawyer.
The law.
Yeah, the law, you know. So, you know, naturally, I was already bound to go that way. But, I mean, he's always been completely in support of me and my passion for music. He's never at any point, you know, stood against that. And he's, of course, a big inspiration. He's an icon in the way that he champions the cause of, you know, the masses and the oppressed, in the way that he, you know, sort of advocates for human rights. He's definitely a role model to, like, everybody.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to the time when we can actually just have you and talk about other things. But it's brilliant that we can have you to speak about politics. We definitely would love to have you again. Yeah, and then look at your life, personally, your music and your journey so far.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Falz, you plan to get married?
That's a very good question. Probably eventually someday. I'm just waiting for direction from the Almighty.
So we are waiting for direction from the Almighty Lord to find out if you're going to get married.
No, to tell me when.
To tell you when to get married. Okay, brilliant. Okay, we've had a fantastic show. Thank you so much for joining us.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love am.